Hello, and welcome back to another episode of My Damn Opinion. Today's episode is How to Fix a Great Villain Previously Executed Badly. Very wordy title, but you can blame Good Mythical Morning for that. So let's take a look at 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron. I've previously talked about the villain on this channel before, but he's a villain and topic that is worthy and deserving of an entire episode dedicated to him. No, my personal bias of loving the character is not a factor. Okay, shut up, it is, but I didn't ask you. There's probably already dozens of video essays out there fixing Ultron, but here's my take on fixing Ultron from Age of Ultron, the problem. So, what is the problem with Ultron? Ultron is a cold and calculated, methodical AI with one simple goal in mind in the comics. His AI brain patterns, based off of his creator Hank Pym, develops into an Oedipus complex, resenting his father and having a soft spot for Janet Van Dyne, even going as far as creating himself a robotic wife, basing her brain patterns on that of Janice. In the film, we got a much more humanized version of the character who is cracking quips, forgetting simple words like children, and has emotions. He truly cares for Wanda. He kidnaps and spares Black Widow's life because he doesn't want to be alone. His goal is to kill the Avengers, wipe out humanity, and have a world of metal. So, what is the problem? He sounds quite similar to his comic counterpart. On paper, sure. In execution, not so much. Well, this version lacks that cold, heartless, robotic void that the comics and cartoons portray. For the in-universe canon, the snarkiness and quipping makes a lot of sense. He is based in part on Tony Stark. Tony being the one to co-create Ultron makes so much sense for his character in the movies. Ultron's attitude and personality, again, completely makes sense. He's modeled after the snarky Quipmaster himself. Ultron's connection to Wanda and Pietro through their shared connection in the Mind Stone makes sense as to why he cares for them. It's part of his programming. His Oedipus complex towards Stark, his father, is even present. And that performance is phenomenal. James Spader embodies the character. You know what? I like it. It all makes sense. It works especially for the universe the MCU has created. I don't really think that's where the Ultron problem stems from. So, what is the problem with the MCU Ultron? Ultron's character growth, motivation, and ambition. Everything the character stands for, his goals, and how he comes to the conclusion that the Avengers must become extinct along with humanity. This is a great video by ScreenCrush on Ultron and his connection to the Mind Stone, and the breakdown about his journey through the internet and developing his motivation actually makes a lot of sense and procures the idea behind his immediate desire for the Avengers' extinction. But that's the problem. The movie had to be dissected. I'll link this video in the description. Now before I get started, I just want to say that Nando v Movies did a great video essay on fixing Ultron, and I'll link that in the description as well. And I love their idea of Tony programming the laws of robotics into the Iron Legion / Ultron. It's a great idea and a great video, and give it a watch. Ultron's motivation and desire to end the Avengers is so forced and not a natural progression for the development of the character. As a friend put it so elegantly, it's like being literally born and saying, wow, I gotta kill the Avengers for the sake of humanity. He scoured every crevice of the internet and determined humans are a danger to themselves, but blaming the Avengers and immediately wanting them dead is a drastic conclusion to come to. Ultron's movie origin can stay relatively unchanged, created by Tony, Bruce, Jarvis, and the Mind Stone. You can still keep the connection Ultron has with Wanda and Pietro because of their shared origin. Ultron can even still try to consume Jarvis's interface, which could be the first sign that the AI isn't going to be as friendly as intended, and have the whole subplot with Jarvis becoming Vision. Ultron's programming is where everything should change. His programming should have him want to help the Avengers protect the Earth and have peace in their time. As the story progresses, Ultron would bear witness to the chaotic behavior of not only the Avengers, but humanity itself. Ultron would then begin to question the Avengers and their ideology. They aren't the solution to peace on Earth, they are part of the problem. Throughout the film, Ultron would be secretly using the Mind Stone to rewrite his coding, keeping his primary directive of protecting the Earth / peace on Earth, but allowing himself to move past humanity and knowing that a mass extinction level event is a necessary evil. His new program would slowly eradicate his emotions and convert this Ultron into the cold, calculated, emotionless machine from the comics. His new directive would come into conflict with the Avengers, with him now deeming them a threat, and thus the logical thing is to eliminate all threats to his prime directive, peace on Earth. We get a battle of ideology versus ideology. There's room to include the deep-rooted Oedipus complex that Ultron has in the comics with Hank Pym, with Tony Stark, as it comes down to a battle of their beliefs and how similar they are and where they differ. Ultron's compassion for Wanda can still be present, as it's a connection through the Mind Stone and can't be severed. I'm not trying to rewrite the whole movie, so Vision and the Cradle subplot and all that can still fit into the movie similar to the actual film. He wants a new, more powerful body. This allows Ultron to have personality and be humanized, and still have that phenomenal James Spader performance, but also give us a more accurate third act, cold calculated killing machine we all know and love. This would give us a much more deep and complex villain who isn't just evil because interwebs lols omega lols. Ultron becomes a well thought of villain with personality and motivation that is more philosophical than what we got. By giving Ultron's motivations and ambitions development through an actual story arc, we then create this almost innocent character and journey with him as he loses his innocence and becomes jaded by the world around him, developing into the nihilistic force that is Ultron. But hey, that's just my damn opinion. Let me know your thoughts on Ultron as a character in the movie, or what you think of how I would fix Ultron. Don't forget to leave a like and hit that sub button for more opinions no one asked for. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.